Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. It's Tuesday afternoon, 3 o'clock, and we are here to review Pep's press conference, which finished about 90 minutes ago. So it's Pep's press conference for the FA Cup 5th round tie at Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow evening. And just after one tournament, competition's finished with the City coming out as victors, winning the Carabao Cup, the League Cup. On Sunday, we roll on into the next competition, which is the FA Cup. Then we've got league games, and then obviously that big Champions League game against Real Madrid coming up on the 17th? So that's a couple of weeks away. Hi Faris, hope you're well, buddy. I'm just going to quickly tweet this out, and then we will get going. The aim of this short live stream is to go through Pep's press conference, some of the comments that he's made, some of the bits and pieces that are around, maybe something that Gary Monk said. Hi Bernard, hope you're well, mate. So that's the idea, and any other bits and pieces of information that I think is useful to know about and useful to discuss. And I hope you guys all happy still after the win at the weekend. Still basking in the glory of that win. Let's see who else is on board. Nobody. Well, all right, just waiting for a couple of people to come on board, and then we'll get cracking. Just going to give me a sec. I'm just going to stick up a new picture onto press conference template that Cole made up for me. So I just stick that out there on YouTube. I stick it out on Twitter, and yeah, I've got to say up front, it's a real bummer. It's a real shame that this press conference, the FA Cup game is on a Wednesday night. It's a real shame because obviously it's going to affect the number of fans that can go to this weekend, and their weekday, no chance, because obviously school next day and kids and all that, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to miss out on this game. And we had a lot of tickets actually. Was it 4,500 tickets for this game? Something quite a good number. And I think we'll still get several thousand fans going. I'm not sure if we can actually sell out all our away allocation. But look, it's the way the FA have done it. The FA struck Premier League. They've given us that. Well, in our case, it wasn't a winter break, but they've given us that winter break. And this is one of the ways they've done it. We've had to play the FA Cup 5th round midweek. Hi Faris, when do you think the signing will get game time? I don't know, Faris. I don't think he's going to be involved to tomorrow, which straight away means I don't think he'll be involved at the weekend. So if he's not involved against Man United, the question I'm asking myself, and I'm sure a few others will ask, when will he be ready to play for the first team? Now, it could be he'll play another game for the under-23s. But after the United game, we've got a home match against Burnley, and then we've got the Real Madrid game. Now, unless there is talk of next Wednesday, the 11th, of having the Arsenal game. Now, if we do have the Arsenal game on the 11th, it's possible Leroy Sané could be on the subs bench against United, or if we have the game against Arsenal, on the subs bench there. A game against Burnley, it could be on the subs bench there. Right now, it's still, you can say, well, it's still 2 weeks away. And I'm thinking Leroy Sané as a sub against Real Madrid. I'm not sure he'd be, he'd have enough game time under his. Not only featured only 2, possibly 3 games where he can get some game time. I don't think we're going to chuck him in the derby. As I said, the best he'll get is a few minutes at the end of games. I'm not sure he's. It might be he'll start the game against Burnley. That could be a good game to start him if he gets a few minutes against United at the end, or he plays another EDS game. Obviously, Pep's your man. Gary, how you doing? Hey, guten Tag, Gary. All right, Bernard. Well, to be honest, I haven't looked at it for a few days. I knew we were, I wouldn't say struggling, but it had dropped down to down through the points categories to, I think you needed low points or even general sale. I can't remember. So it might have sold out. I think it was 4,000 tickets. Hi, Jack. And so, all right. Cheers, Bernard. Thanks for that. I had to keep on top of everything. Right. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking into Pep's press conference. Guten Abend, says Gary Deneen. He's in Germany. Right. Okay, straight away, let's get into Phil Foden. And Pep said, I want the best for him. He will get what he deserves. And of course, I'm delighted about his performance and behaviour in good and bad moments. He just works and it always pays off. At 19, you have a lot to improve. But with this behaviour, he can do whatever he wants. And is that Phil Foden's? Is his 8th trophy at City? Just get a lot of messages, guys. I'll get rid of my phone, turn it off. Phil Foden's got, I've got to remember this, he's got 3 Carabao Cups, an FA Cup, and 2 leagues. There's 6 trophies there. And if you include the Community Shield, that makes 8. But he's got at least 6. It's quite a lot. Anyway, Pep was asked about reviewing the season. And basically, it's like win a trophy and then think about the next one. Pep said, when they win a trophy, they go to take a shower and then they think about the next one. It's so nice that we have done what we have done in the last 3 years. But tomorrow we have another final. Away in the FA Cup is always difficult for how important this competition is. But we can go through to the quarterfinals, and that is what we have to do. We have to be focused on that. Talking about rivalries, and do they matter? He said the league is deserved, and it is done. In other competitions, we have won 2 this season. That's the Community Shield and the League Cup. And now we have the Cup and the Premier League because we have to improve to finish second and get the most points as possible. And then there are 2 competitions. That's FA Cup and Champions League. Training. Guardiola seems quite happy with what he's been watching. He said they trained really well today. They were focused and are ready for tomorrow. I like that. He was asked whether we're in the best form of the season. And Pep said no. They were tough games because after 12 days off, we didn't know how we would react. The game against West Ham was really good, but after we have had 3 really tough away games, and now we have another one. Tomorrow we finish this process, but after that, 4 days later, we have United. It has been suggested we will play Arsenal between United and Burnley, and after Madrid, so it doesn't stop. There you go. That's what I said last week. Those are the 2 midweek games where we could squeeze it in. So it's a lot of games, guys. The gap to Liverpool. I mean, it is a ridiculous question. The gap before was 22 points. It's still 22 points, even though we've got a game in hand. Makes no odds. Pep said the gap is what it is. In knockout games, you can have moments, but after 27 fixtures, the gap is big because they deserve it. There are no doubts about their position. They deserve to be there. Asked about injuries, asked about Aguero, obviously, we saw him come off in the Carabao Cup final. And Pep said he's okay for tomorrow. And that's Sergio. Bravo is okay too. He is going to play tomorrow. Okay, so there you go. It's like Bravo, possibly Aguero is going to play tomorrow. Pep has also said apparently Sane is not ready and he won't be in the squad for Sheffield Wednesday. And asked why he's not ready, he said 6 months out, it's a process. You feel good, but confidence. He's doing the normal steps to come back. So about Roberto Mancini, how he changed City's mentality. Pep paid tribute to Roberto. He said, it started more than 1 decade ago, and a lot of people working here. The most important thing was the league when Roberto Mancini was here. It changed the mentality of the club. The first one is always the most players. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in the news today. Apparently, there's been some. Well, that's a press conference. I'll do some other bits and pieces. There's been some speculation apparently that City are after Mason Holgate, who's 23 years old. He might get called up for England in the international fixtures this month. And he just said, "I'm glad we have started getting results. Last week, 3-2 defeat at Arsenal. We were upset with our defensive play, and the gaffer came out and said that. I am more than happy with how things went. That's against United. We look quite solid, as apart from the goal, I think we defended quite well." So, but that's what he's not said anything about City. I mean, I'm reading that quote from the MEN. That's what you guys are talking about and what your comments are. All right, that's it, Ben. Yeah, when he wanted, I remember when he went to General Sale, I was going online to, what was I doing? I remember when he went on General Sale, I was going online to I was either trying to buy a ticket for one of the women's games or doing something else, and you basically couldn't get online. I was something like 1,000 in the queue. It was stupid. It was absolutely ridiculous, because basically the whole, it's like the whole website went crashing down because so many people who generally couldn't go to games. There'll be a lot of people who live in Yorkshire or whatever, and other people who are not on the cup schemes and don't have high points and want to go to the game. So this was their opportunity. So I can remember it. It'd been hard work to even get onto the site. In fact, I just didn't bother till either the afternoon or the next day. Samuel Albert, Pep should like Klopp and play players from kind of keep the players for the PL. No, Samuel. You can't. It's not like a light switch where you can leave a player out for a couple of games and then bring him back for the Champions League. No, I mean, or the Premier League. I mean, personally, I like to have players who. So there are some players who want to be playing all the time, who need to be playing all the time to get their fitness up, to get their confidence up, to get into their rhythm. Someone like John Stones, I think he needs fitness, confidence, and rhythm. So for me, I'd be playing John Stones definitely against Sheffield Wednesday. Definitely, if he's fit, I play him. Give him confidence that, yes, you slipped and that led to the Aston Villa goal on Sunday. But Pep has confidence in him. Play him again. He might not play him against United. He might play Otamendi and Fernandinho, but play Stones again, help his confidence to be built back up. If you drop him now and drop him for the game against United, where's his confidence going to be? You want to build it up. And people know they're going to be rotated. But if you're playing against Aston Villa, then you don't play against Man United, and you don't play in the FA Cup, your confidence will ebb away because you think, it's not exactly rotation playing one every 3 or 4 games. Let's have a look what Gary Monk said, because I think he said, he obviously give his piece as well before in his press conference. Let's just dig it out if I can find it. That's what Gary Monk said. He believes they can win. He said there are very few chinks in the armor, but you have to believe you can do it. We're going to have to be very good defensively. It's obvious. We have to get all of it right at a very high level. If we can deliver it at a high level, like any game in football, you can cause problems. We're not going to be able to make mistakes. This is the big thing. We won't be afforded the chance to make mistakes. We haven't been during this period against, no disrespect, less quality opposition than the one we're playing tomorrow night. You can't self-inflict mistakes. We're not going into it thinking about that. It would be stupid. It's definitely not a free hit. We're not expected to win, but we've earned the right to face Manchester City. If we can produce us a performance and do ourselves justice, maybe that can provide us with a lift for the rest of the season. I think Sheffield Wednesday are just a few points outside the Championship playoff zone. So, they're not doing too badly. Certainly not doing too badly. Let's have a quick look at the Championship table. So you've got West Brom top. Struggled a bit, 48. Now they've still got 10 games to go. Preston are in 6th with 56. So you're looking at 8 points. only 8 points. And the goal difference, Preston's is 7. Sheffield Wednesday is 2. Okay, Sheffield Wednesday 12th. So they're going to have to put on a big spurt, and they have lost 3 of their last 5 games. I mean, there's a difference. If they're in good nick, they'd be just outside the top 6. So, but they can still make the playoffs. They've got to believe that. As I said, 8 points off Preston. They've got to say to ourselves, we've got to win 7 games. If we can win 7 games out of 10, 7 wins and draw 1, we could get into the playoffs. We'll be finishing with something like 70 points. That's playoff territory. So they've got to believe, and they've got to use this game against City as a stepping stone for the rest of their season. Any more comments, guys? Any more? It's all gone quiet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. To be honest, I've not even checked to see which channel it's on. I don't think there's anything else to talk about, guys. It's a quiet one. News-wise today, we saw. I think obviously there's a bit of news. We signed that Brazilian kid. Was it a right back? Forgot his name now. But he's 17 years old. He's not going to be 18 till June the 2nd or 3rd, I think. So I expect him to join in the summer. The way I look at most kids that we buy, I'm not looking at them ever playing for us, to be honest. Really, at the latest lot, the last lot of kids we bought, the only one who's made it through is Gabby J, isn't it? Gabby J. Garcia's still knocking on the door. He's not made it yet, and nobody else that we bought that I can think of off the top of my head that's made it. It's just Gabby J. It's hard work to get through at City these days. Obviously we've got a squad packed full of talent, and you can see someone as gifted as Phil Foden struggling to get through. This obviously talk about that he should. It depends who you listen to, but people are saying, some say he's not ready he's not playing enough to be included in the Euro 2020s, and but others say, look, he's so good, you should take him regardless. Right, Bernard, cheers, mate. Yeah, I'll try and come on later. It depends what match is on and how it's going. I might come on for just a few minutes later on just to see if there's anything else happening. I'll try and come on, but I'm shattered as well. I had about 5 hours sleep last night. Not much the night before, because obviously going down to London. I think 4 hours on Saturday night, maximum 4 hours. Sunday night, I slept an hour in the car or something, 30, 40 minutes in the car at the services. And then about half an hour, 40 minutes when I got home before I had to get up to get the kids ready for school. So I'm bushed. But anyway, guys, I'll see you later. I'll try and come on tonight, and we'll have another quick one tonight. See you around, Blues.